What if you never had to vacuum your floors again? Not this week, not this month, just never. That is exactly what these three robots promise to do. And today, we are finding out which one actually delivers. The iRobot Roomba Combo J9 Plus, the Roborock S8 MaxV Ultra, and the Shark Matrix Plus. Three robots, three very different prices. One winner. Let us get into it. Kicking things off at number 3 is the robot that proves you do not need to spend a fortune to get a genuinely clean floor. And before we break down each robot, let us talk about what a great robot vacuum actually needs to do. It needs to find dirt and suck it up properly. It needs to navigate around your furniture without getting stuck. And ideally, it needs to empty itself so you do not have to think about it. The Shark Matrix Plus gets 2 out of 3 right. First, the mapping system is surprisingly smart for the price. The Matrix Plus uses a laser-guided system to scan and map your entire home before it starts cleaning. It remembers where your furniture is, it creates a grid pattern, and cleans every row twice, going over the same area in 2 different directions to make sure nothing gets missed. Reviewers called this approach noticeably more thorough than the simple back-and-forth pattern used by cheaper robots. Second, the mopping works well on everyday messes. The sonic mopping system vibrates the cleaning pad at high speed against your hard floors. This means it is not just dragging a wet cloth around, it is actually scrubbing the surface. For everyday spills, pet paw prints, and light kitchen messes, it does a genuinely good job. Third, the self-empty base uses no bags. Most robot vacuum bases require you to buy replacement bags every few weeks. The Shark Matrix Plus base is completely bagless. You never need to buy any additional parts. Over the course of a year, that saves you a meaningful amount of money, compared to robots that rely on disposable bags. Fourth, the price, at around $330, it is the most affordable robot on this list by a significant margin. For anyone who wants a robot vacuum without spending close to $1,000, this is the entry point. But the Shark Matrix Plus has real limitations that hold it back at this price. The suction power is the biggest weakness. It uses around 2,100 pascals of suction, which sounds like a technical number, but what it means in practice is this. On hard floors and thin rugs, it works well. On thick carpet or heavy pet hair, it struggles. If you have pets that shed heavily or thick bedroom carpets, you will notice the difference immediately. The dock does not wash the mop pad automatically. After every mopping session, you need to take the pad off and rinse it yourself. This is not a huge inconvenience, but at this price, it is an extra step that the more expensive robots handle for you. The app has also frustrated some users. Reviewers noted, the mapping can become unreliable over time, sometimes requiring you to let the robot remap your entire home from scratch. And the noise level at 72 decibels is noticeably louder than both other robots on this list. Running it while you are watching television or on a phone call means you will hear it. Coming in at number 2 is the Robot Vacuum brand that essentially invented this entire category. iRobot has been making Roombas for over 20 years, and the Combo J9 Plus is the best one they have ever built. First, the retractable mop arm is genuinely clever. Here's the problem that every robot vacuum and mop combo faces. When the robot drives from a hard floor onto a carpet, you do not want it mopping the carpet. Most cheaper robots solve this by simply stopping the mop from spinning. The Roomba solves it differently. When it detects carpet, the mop arm physically lifts up and tucks itself away inside the robot. When it moves back onto hard floors, the mop comes back down and starts cleaning again. This happens automatically every single time, with no input from you. Reviewers at Engadget called it the ideal robot vacuum and mop because of how seamlessly this transition works in real homes. Second, obstacle avoidance is the best of any robot on this list. The Roomba uses a camera combined with artificial intelligence to recognize objects on the floor before it reaches them. Socks, cables, pet toys, shoes. In testing, it identified and avoided these items reliably, something cheaper robots simply drive over or get tangled in. This matters enormously in a real home, where floors are never perfectly clear. Third, the dock does almost everything for you. It automatically empties the robot's bin after every clean. It automatically refills the robot's water tank before every mopping session. And the dock stores enough dirt to go around 60 days without needing attention. 2 months of floor cleaning without touching a single thing. That is genuinely hands-free home cleaning. Fourth, the iRobot app is one of the easiest to use in the industry. Set your cleaning schedule once. Draw no-go zones around areas you want the robot to avoid, and let it run. Reviewers consistently praise the app as being straightforward and reliable, a meaningful contrast to some competitors that require frequent troubleshooting. But the Roomba Combo J9 Plus has a frustrating weakness for the price. The dock does not wash its own mop pad. After mopping, you need to take the pad out and clean it yourself. For a robot that costs nearly $1,000, this feels like an obvious feature that should have been included. The Roborock, at a similar price, washes its own mop pad with hot water automatically. The Roomba simply does not. Navigation is also slightly slower than the competition. The Roomba moves more carefully and methodically than the Roborock, which means cleaning a large home takes noticeably longer. And at around $1,000, it is a significant investment that will make many buyers hesitate before committing. And taking the #1 spot is the robot that has reviewers genuinely struggling to find things to criticize. And this is the one that changes what you think a robot vacuum can do. 10,000 pascals of suction. To put that in simple terms, the Shark Matrix Plus uses 2,100 pascals. The Roborock uses nearly 5 times more power. That means embedded pet hair buried deep in carpet fibers. Fine dust that settles between floorboards. Debris that cheaper robots push around rather than pick up. The Roborock pulls all of it up on the first pass. Second, the dock washes its own mop with hot water. After every mopping session, the dock automatically cleans the mop pad using hot water. Then it dries the pad completely before the next session. This means the robot never drags a dirty mop around your floors. It is always working with a clean pad, which is the difference between actually cleaning your floors and just spreading bacteria around. No other robot on this list does this automatically. Third, the camera spots obstacles better than any robot vacuum available. Roborock calls this reactive AI. The built-in camera uses artificial intelligence to recognize specific objects on the floor in real time. It identifies cables, pet waste, socks, toys, shoes, and it navigates around all of them without stopping to ask for help. In one test, reviewers placed a small piece of pet waste on the floor. The Roborock identified it from a distance and navigated cleanly around it. That single feature alone makes a meaningful difference in a home with pets or children. Fourth, battery life covers large homes in a single session. 3 hours of cleaning time on a single charge. That is enough to cover most homes completely before needing to return to the dock. And when it does return, it charges itself and then continues where it left off automatically. Fifth, the app gives you extraordinary control. Draw custom cleaning zones for specific rooms. Set different suction levels for different areas. Schedule different cleaning modes for different days of the week. And check in on your home via the built-in camera while you are away. The Roborock S8 MaxV Ultra is not without weaknesses. The dock is large, it needs a significant amount of floor space, and it needs to be close to both a power outlet and a water supply for the auto wash feature to work properly. In a small apartment or a home, without a convenient utility area, finding the right spot for it can be a genuine challenge. The mopping system is designed for daily maintenance, not deep scrubbing. If you have dried on stains or heavily soiled floors, you will still need to mop by hand occasionally. And at around $1,000, it is a significant investment. That said, it frequently goes on sale and has been seen as low as $800 during major sales events. If you can catch it on sale, it becomes one of the best value purchases in the premium robot vacuum market. Here is the honest truth about all 3 of these robots. If you want to try a robot vacuum without spending a lot of money, The Shark Matrix Plus, at around $330, is a solid starting point. It maps your home well, mops everyday messes, and costs nothing in replacement parts. But if your home has thick carpet, heavy pet hair, or you just want something that works reliably every day, you will feel the limitations. If you are an Apple or Amazon ecosystem user who wants the most seamless smart home experience and the cleverest mop and vacuum combo, the iRobot Roomba Combo J9 Plus at around $1,000 is still a brilliant robot. The retractable mop arm alone is worth paying for. But if you want the most powerful suction, the cleanest mop, the best obstacle avoidance, and the most advanced robot vacuum available at this price point, the Roborock S8 MaxV Ultra is the one. It does things the other two simply cannot. And if you catch it on sale, it is one of the best investments you can make for your home. Roomba, Roborock, or Shark? Which one is cleaning your floors? Drop it in the comments, smash that like button, and subscribe to this versus that for more comparisons every single week. See you in the next one.